was so impressed with the Command Edition buildings I put together in a previous video that I sent away for another set. Now for about £20 I've got this taken off the sprue, and I've had some playing around putting them together in different ways. I've decided to go with this, so 2 larger sections and this smaller one which will go on top here. So I've put the walls together how they're not supposed to be put together, and looking at ways of maximising the upper levels and the flexibility within those. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is cut the top off of this. I'll show you where I get to. Using this razor saw, I've sliced through here, a little bit on the other side, to the point now that I know it's going to snap quite cleanly off. There you go. So quite a clean cut. Just a little bit of tidying up. Do the same with the next one. Okay, put back together to show you. Both of these pieces now been cut off. This can then be used as filler underneath somewhere else, or possibly even just as a little bit of rubble. So here the floor fits in quite nicely still, and then this, which I'm looking at as a second level, will now sit on top like so. Now obviously this bit here is going to need to be chopped, and again use some of that, and then I'm going to take away a bit of the flooring here to put in just there. So what I'm going to do here is use cutters just to take up the wall just there. So just go straight in and just start chopping. A bit raggedy, following some of the I guess maybe that pipe work round there. Leave this little strut on there, I think. 2 cuts and then broken a bit in the middle. That's now where I want it. So like this. The floor will be just there. Cut this down to fit, and then the extra part put on there. Here goes. Okay, so cut this bit away from here, so that makes that a bit more pleasing to the eye. And then this little bit will slot onto here to add a bit more onto there. I just realised that what I was actually going to do was use a bit of this which is cut off, don't know which bit, just to build that back up. It doesn't need to be cut like that. So having cut this bit down, that's going to fit there next to this, and I've also cut down some of these other parts so that I know now where they're going to slip into to rebuild the underneaths of some of these and bulk up the top. So I'm using every single bit of plastic from this. Nothing's going to go to waste, which unfortunately means I'm going to need to cut up a bit of Sector Imperialis, I think, for some ruins underneath. Right, I'm going to glue it all together for you. So these are the finished products. I've used absolutely every bit of broken off plastic, filled in the gaps along there, cut the doors out. Added that little bit of pipe there, filled in the gaps there, and added these two little knobbly bits so that it fits on nicely, comes off, can be used separately. Started putting some extras in, so there's some kind of buttress type things taken from Sector Imperialis, and now I'm about to start the rubble pile, so hot gluing in some bits of foam board like that. Now that's done, I start sticking on bits of plaster and bits of my offcuts of plastic, sticking them in, overlapping with some gravel and some sand, and then it's ready to paint. So after adding some ladders, broken up plaster, bits and bobs of plastic, this is what I've ended up with, a bit of sand. Spot of gravel here and there, all sealed down, ready to go. So I think looking at these pieces next to the finished ones, there's enough of a difference between them to make it interesting. So last time ended up with one big bit, one small bit with a height on the big bit, and then with the new stuff I've actually got two quite big bits, as you can see there, two quite big bits, and still managed the height on there. So a couple of tiny bits of so this is a little bit of floor from Imperialis, and then there's a few bits and bobs, as I said before, the buttress type pieces sticking out. But essentially just the Command Edition kit. And that's a decently playable couple of parts to go with these. Yeah, now all I've got to do is paint to match. Okay, thanks for watching.